How we doing, folks? In today's tutorial, I'm going to teach you how to install your own web development server on your local computer, as well as how to install version 1.68 of the Expression Engine CMS on your computer, so you don't have to go onto your hosting provider's servers to develop your websites. Now, the first step, and the most important step, is to make sure that you have a server installed on your computer. I use a server called XAMPP, which can be found at apachefriends.org. That's A-P-A-C-H-E friends.org. Now when you get there, go up to the top navigation and click on this little icon marked XAMPP. Follow all the instructions, choose your operating system, download it, unzip it. It's just like any other program, very easy to set up. For some of us it might take a few minutes, so feel free to pause the movie until you have this all installed. For those of us who already have this installed on the computer, let's move on to the next step and get Expression Engine up and running. Now the first step here is to go to expressionengine.com and download the free core version of Expression Engine. Just like any other program, you're going to download it and unzip all the files. Now, excuse me, the next step is to go and find your unzipped folder for your tutorial, and don't select all of the individual files. We're going to be copying all of these over to the XAMPP server. Copy the main folder itself. So let's copy that and go over to our XAMPP directory. Now the way XAMPP works, everything is hosted in this htdocs folder. So I've already gone ahead and pasted the install tutorial folder in the htdocs folder, which is also in the XAMPP directory. Now, the first step and most important step as far as this goes is making sure that all of the security and privileges are opened up so you can read and write to all of these files. So, on a Mac, you just go to the Get Info area. Let me move this over so you can see it. And make sure that all of the privileges in the files are set to read and write. So what you do is click on this little lock here, and again make sure all the privileges are set to read and write. Next step, make sure to apply those rules to all the content of the install tutorial folder. So once that's all applied, you're going to be good to go, ready to start installing and working with Expression Engine. Now the next step, when we go back there, is to direct your browser to this file right here, install.php. So the way this works, you go to http:/localhost/ee tutorial install tutorial/install.php. Now this will bring you to the installation dashboard for Expression Engine. You can go through these instructions here, but for the tutorial's purposes, I'll just walk you right through it. So click here to begin installing your Expression Engine tutorial. Agree to the terms, and for this tutorial, we're just going to keep the system folder, which is really where you access everything through Expression Engine, as named as system. If you want to make your site a little bit more secure, you can rename this folder to anything you want to make it so people aren't going to be easily accessing that folder. But for these reasons, we're just going to use system as the name. So in this next screen, let's just insert all the information into the empty fields that we can. So the email, let's do sample@sample.com. For the database settings, the way that XAMPP works, you don't need to have a screen name and password. What they do for their MySQL username is use the word root. And again, there's no password needed. So all you need to do is enter the MySQL username as root and nothing as a password. Now, of course, when you're going onto your hosting provider's MySQL database, you do need to update the information in the configuration file of Expression Engine when that happens. When we get there, we'll get there. The next step is to create a MySQL database. We haven't done that quite yet, so let's go back to the XAMPP control panel, which is located at localhost/ee XAMPP. Go down here, find the PHP My Admin panel, and this will bring you into your MySQL database control panel. We'll create a brand new database. We'll call this tutorial. Create that, and voila, database created. So we go back to our Expression Engine control panel where we're entering all this new information, and we're going to call it the MySQL database name. We're going to call it tutorial, the one that we just set up. So now that that's all set, let's go down here. You can leave the encryption settings the same, and we will go and create the admin account. So I'll call mine Eric. I'll make the password test, and my address is sample@sample.com. Okay, screen name. This is going to be, if you make posts onto your Expression Engine website, this is going to be the screen name that's displayed, so people know who wrote the post. I'll just put Eric, and the name of my site will be tutorial site. Okay, choose your time zone. Choose your default template. It comes with a default template, and we should be good to go. Click here to install. Following other password must be at least 5 characters in length. Well, there you go. So let's go back down here into my admin account. How about let's change the password to EE-test. We should be good to go now. Takes a couple minutes just to install. Voila, we're good to go. So the next step, and it says right here, make sure that you delete the install PHP file from your server. Leaving it on your server presents a security risk. So let's go back to our directory, find the install.php file, and move it to the trash. So now that's gone, and we're good to go. We can access the control panel by going here, type in your username and the password, and voila. Here is the Expression Engine dashboard where you can start to develop your very first or second or whatever Expression Engine website. Enjoy.